Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first game of the season of Vespyr League. My name is Akram and I'm together with the star Void.
Thank you very much, Akram. And for the first game of the new season, we have the returning champs, GGSU versus eXire-eSports.
And this is quite a good game, okay? Because Good Game Squad Unicorns were the champions of the EU West House Party 5v5 in the previous season, and they were invited into participating on Vespyr because they were such a good team. They had some struggling in the beginning, but they were able to come back, and they were actually able to take the first place out of Britney Spears. Yes, I'm talking straight, this is Britney Spears. It was a really good team who never lost on the Rift. Besides the game that they lost versus Good Game Squad Unicorns. So they were able to defeat the undefeated, while on the other side, eXire-eSports were able to get through the qualifiers and they took out Epic Avalanche Blue with a solid 2-0. Meanwhile, the gangs are coming in, the bands are coming in, and it's Udyr Gangplank getting turned down by eXire, while Lulu and Lucian on GGS.
Udyr right now is incredibly strong because these run-at-you champions like Udyr, Mundo, even the Tom Kench to some degree, are extremely potent right now because, of course, the reduced cost of the Boots of Swiftness and of course, slow resistance that it gives you. They're so incredibly good.
And not only that, the runic echoes on Udyr is something to reckon with.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's probably the word I would use. Sickening. Meanwhile, Tom Kench was banned and Fiora was banned, but this means Graves is open. Oh, of course, he was nerfed a little bit, but what about Jhin? They left Jhin out.
Well, Jhin is not really ban-worthy in my opinion. He is somewhat strong though difficult to play, and DPS really falls off because of that flat 2.5 second reload. They are hovering over it, although I do not expect them to pick it. I expect more of an Ezreal. Ezreal right now is extremely strong because Iceborne Gauntlet is just such an overloaded item.
Also,
so that's what I would expect if they pick the AD carry first, of course.
They start with the flex pick on the Graves side, leaving no information whatsoever. You can bring him as an AD carry, you can bring him as a jungler, even though he's a little bit weaker, and you can even bring him as a top laner bully. On the other side, it's Poppy for the top lane or support, while Elise on Joax's hands will take the jungle.
Yeah, and we see two flex picks right now. Flex picks also so important in Season 6. Like Grave, the AD carries have just been, with the reworks, they have become so flexible, as you might imagine. Top lane, mid lane, bottom lane, you have him in every role except support, basically. Even then, you have like Fresh, who's a secondary marksman, so to speak. Yeah, we see a hover of Kalista and Nautilus. Kalista And the lock-in, actually, Kalista is also pretty good. Like, right now is probably top 5 AD carries among Corki, Ezreal, Lucian, Graves. Like, Kalista's pretty solid. And Nautilus, of course, will always be a strong tank plus a giant CC machine.
And again, this is a flex pick. Nautilus could go top. We have been seeing this more and more often on the LCS because he's quite good and handling those top laners who just build armor. He's actually quite good versus Poppy. The Riptide is annoying to deal with if you bring the 40% cooldown reduction and the Grasp of the Undying, but you can also bring Nautilus as a support. It's not as solid as it was on the previous season, but it's still a flex pick. On the other side, you can see that Ezreal is being overed with, and just as you talked about, this is really important. Not only you can go for the Iceborne Gauntlet, which will lead to a lot of disengage, and to complement that disengage, I was going to talk about it, but they decided to pick. Before letting me talk about it, here comes the Janna.
Yeah, Janna Ezreal also a really potent lane because Janna can give the shield over to Ezreal, buffing his AD, buffing his Mystic Shot, and there's a ton of disengage in that bottom lane, which is exactly what Ezreal needs until he gets that later power spike of the Muramana and the Iceborne Gauntlet. And of course, Iceborne Gauntlet is also extremely good against Kalista, because technically speaking, it does reduce the attack speed of Kalista when she uses Martial Poise.
So this means that GGS are playing with the poke composition, and Corki being available, it could go for the mid lane. It could go for Mirza, who's playing on the mid lane. The GGS squad is all together. They have some subs available, but they didn't brought them into this game. And I think eXire-eSports, thinking that the Corki was available, it would be the perfect pick for the mid lane. I believe they are going to take them for themselves. Now they lock in the entire composition, leaving then the Graves to the top side, I suppose, while Rek'Sai will take the jungle and Nautilus will be on the support, while Corki will be on the mid lane. Now, what GGS will take, because they don't have that Corki available, but they do have a lot of other options.
Well, technically speaking, they still could pick up an AD carry, because Ezreal could go mid. Like, mid lane AD Ezreal, like not the AP variant of it, is pretty solid. Though against Corki, I'm not too sure. Corki has a lot of early damage, and I think Ezreal would just get shredded at that point. They're hovering over the Victor. Victor right now is, I think, in an okay spot. Unfortunately, next patch, there are Victor nerfs coming in for, I don't think, any good reason, to be quite honest. But, yeah, this looks like it's going to be a lock-in of the Victor. Victor will always be one of those strong mages, has a decent amount of AoE, his Death Ray will always shred people. So, almost always a good pick, especially when you have a lot of disengage to peel for him.
And it makes sense. This pick makes a lot of sense. You can go with the Abyssal Scepter if you want, because Corki has a lot of magical damage, and also this will not only amplify your damage but also reduce the damage from Corki incoming, and will allow the rest of the team to deal additional damage during the team fights, because Elyse's magical focus, Poppy has some magical as well, and well, it would just benefit the entire team of GGS. But something we were talking about before the champion select between us, while the streamer was muted, by the way, I would like to welcome Bourbon Kid as the cameraman. Give him some love and sugar, because he never receives any love and sugar, and he's always working with us. So, claps hand for you, Bourbon Kid. Anyway, so they have an entire composition to poke, but will they be able to get the lane swap? Because on Season 6, we have been watching that in almost every single game on the LCS at least, while the LCK is not as usual. Well, I'm just stating this because on the LCS it's like a 100% lane swap. In the LCK, sometimes they bring other shenanigans like an 80% lane swap. It's not a 100%, so more often on the LCS. Let's see if GGS are able to bring this in, or if eXire-eSports are going to show us something new, because we don't know a lot about this team. We know a lot about the GGS because we saw them constantly through the entire season of the Season 5 on House Party 5v5 EU West, while eXire-eSports is a team that just appeared. They went through the qualifiers and they qualified really solidly. But still, we don't have that information about them. So, will eXire-eSports bring some shenanigan, or is it GGS with a lane swap?
To be quite honest, I'm really sick of lane swaps. I just want to see a straight up 2v2 and a 1v1 in the top lane. the old days. I don't
Dreams.
want those like 4 people grouping to take turret. That's like the most boring thing ever, and I've almost stopped watching LCS because of it. I just watch the VODs and skip the first 10 minutes because I know they're just gonna trade turrets.
My gosh, that was savage.
I'm just being honest. It's boring as hell to watch, and I understand why they do it. I just feel like it's a not a cowardly move, but it's not entertaining, and I just want to see a straight up 2v2. Like you pick Lucian, go into that 2v2 lane, like wreck some kids, get that level 2 power spike.
And the other team just lane swaps because
No,
you
they
have
just
Lucian
lane
and you
swap
don't
it
want
like,
to
oh
fight.
yeah, we picked Lucian because of the passive to the turrets. Yes, because that 18 AD is really important.
Also, you need to take in consideration, for instance, like Ezreal is not as strong in the early lane phase as Kalista Nautilus. That's a really scary bot lane. If Nautilus is able to bring a hook on your face and gets the anchor on you, Kalista will probably pop you down, even with Janna's shield, and especially if they focus Janna, which is sort of a squishy kind of champion in the beginning of the game or through the entire game. If you're able to lock her down, I don't think Ezreal will be able to do anything about that. And Matara is a solid player, really solid player, we know about that, and Poppy is not the worst champion to lane swap with. You can also play with the 4-1, 4-1-0 composition to just get the lane swap, the buddy system in the jungle with Ruaxe. So Matara deals a lot of damage to the minions with the Poppy Q. A lot of percentage damage on the early game. So I only see advantages for GGS to lane swap. While on the other side, they do have some advantage to lane swap as well, but it's only benefiting for GGS to lane swap. So if they don't do it, even though it sounds like a cowardly move and you just told us, it's still the best decision on a tactical level. I'm not saying I don't agree with you.
Yeah, I do say
I like action.
The lane swap is a smart move. However, I just don't like seeing it. Like, for them, yes, for them it's good. For us, it's boring. Just like for us, it would be entertaining while they would get smashed. It's somebody has to lose in that scenario, unfortunately.
Meanwhile,
since they did pick a weak lane.
We were on the loading or the delay. We have 3 minutes after the picks and bans to jump into the game. So those 3 minutes are over. We're just on the loading screen. I can talk to you guys about the masteries and the keystones. We have Thunderlord's Decree on Graves. We have, oh my gosh, we do have Windspeaker's Blessing on Nautilus. Kalista brought Fervor of Battle, Thunderlord's Decree on Karki, Rek'Sai brought what every single jungler brings, the 300% additional HP when they are able to stack it, Grasp of Need dying on Poppy, it was Thunderlord's Decree on Elise side, but I'm going to let you talk about this Windspeaker's Blessing on Nautilus.
Well, like...
You have the potato,
to some degree, you do go Targons. So technically speaking, you are going to heal people with the passive, the tribute passive, and you are going to give a shield. However, it is really suboptimal. My guess would be that he just forgot to change the masteries.
There we go.
Or because it is the new champ select, this is a known bug that it will just keep the last masteries you used in the last champ select. Look swapped. Happened to be, had to play Vespyr touch Tristana. It was suboptimal to say the least.
Explosive shot? Yeah, it's no longer what it used to be.
It's really not good. I was like,
useless.
well, it could be okay. No, it wasn't. I got destroyed.
Useless.
Didn't stand a chance.
This makes me think, what is Waz going to do? They are returning back. Okay, they're going to try and stop those minions. It's not an easy tactic. They do have Kalista. They could go for the Crocs because it's so easy to do it, especially with Waz playing Nautilus. You could just choose Titan's Wrath and just get the reset on an auto attack and not even receive any sort of damage. You could start with Riptide to deal damage on both those guys since you have such a short cooldown, but they were able to slow down the minions fairly well while Ezreal and Janna are trying to do the ground.
Oh, that's like that those Dota tactics. Slowing down the minions before they get the lane, which is something that's, as far as I know, has been really present in Dota, and I've seen it happen. Well, we have seen it happen in the LCS. Renegades freeze actually froze the lane, so to speak, pulling back the minions.
And it's not an easy thing. They were able to bring out the Grump, and they're not going to lose any single minion. Oh, he was able to land the shot. He didn't lose. Well, he lost one. Okay, he lost one. It's not the worst scenario whatsoever. While Ezreal was able to actually get everything. Hallelujah got every single minion with this tactic.
Wait,
so we
actually,
can say it kind of backfired.
Wait. Actually, Kalista didn't get the experience from the Krugs, I don't think. Because Nautilus hit level 2 before them. Not too sure. Some spooky XP things are happening in the bottom lane.
He got more experience than Kalista. We can definitely say that. If you click on those champions, you can see Nautilus with a lot more XP than Kalista. On the other side, Janna also took more experience than Ezreal. So Hallelujah wasn't able to reach level 2 before Party Bob. Party Bob now with level 2. Nothing's happening now because they both got level 2, but also was added a little bit more of XP. While Party Bob receives some more HP. Level 3 coming in for Waz. He tries to get de-engaged. Doesn't pull them back with the dredge line. He doesn't want to go that deep, but they still get some poking.
Yeah, actually looking at the bottom lane, they're deciding to push it out. They probably want to abuse the low wave clear that Ezreal has, especially on the lower levels before getting his ultimate, instead of looking for a straight up heavy engage and trying to kill him.
Knulardi more on the top lane, getting Matana really low. One more Q should be enough, but he was able to dodge while Graves took a shot from the turret. Matara will be forced to go back, getting the TP back, and also those charges on the Corruption Potion. This is not an easy lane or an easy matchup for Matara. How will he be able to get out of this situation? I don't know.
Yeah, even with the nerfs, the Graves Q, he still does so much damage up close. If you play him as a sort of a pseudo melee champion, he is so strong. But we only see eXire in the bottom lane looking for a lane gang through the bush. They don't have vision of her.
Waiting for the perfect opportunity. Dredge line doesn't quite connect and he still goes out. The root comes in on Hallelujah and the exhaust as well. He's forced to flash away, but it's not the end of the world for an Ezreal. Was taking a lot of damage on that trade, and this allowed Juwaxe to take notice of where Rek'Sai was, so he can take the top lane jungle.
Yeah, he's already taking the Scuttle Crab, and he's actually not going to counter jungle, which might be a mistake. He actually wants to influence the top lane, maybe get onto the Graves before he has a chance to ward.
Ward is going to get put, and he just dodges the cocoon. 6 Sims coming in. Oh, Kuiper's caught in. Lost the siege minion, by the way.
Disappointing. Oh, here comes the eXire for a return gank, but it says
they engage. They focus now on Janna. She's able to knock them up, but she's so slow. One more auto attack will get the first blood for the eXire-eSports. Oh, flashing in, getting Hallelujah. They want the double knock up. Kalista flashes in, and she gets it down. It's coming in for Rek'Sai, the second kill. But this is an eXire-eSports taking down the champions of the previous season with 2 kills in 5 minutes.
This is pretty bad for GGSU because now they can just rotate over to Dragon. They have Kalista and Rek'Sai. They can secure it with ease. However, in the top lane, Poppy actually doing a lot of damage to this Graves. Getting some levels down so she can start wave clearing and actually doing some damage.
Is going down. Grasp of the Undying for Matara is doing quite the work. Every single time she has the shield, she just throws that at the face, getting some HP back. She bought that Ruby Crystal, which is actually leading her to win this lane because she has additional HP and forcing Graves to farm and not auto attack because you only have a couple of shots to fire away. And she takes this opportunity to just stop him in the middle. She comes in with the heroic charge, but this is not heroic whatsoever. Knular takes the kill.
Oh, that was... Even if he got the stun, he would still probably die to the turret. That was so greedy. Like, I'm not sure if it's tilt or what. Well, in the mid lane.
GGS could be in trouble. Mirza is able to
blow
get
both
away.
summoners for that
Yeah,
one.
this
Both
is
flash
bad.
and heal. This is pretty... Yeah, not the best early game right now. However, their comp is really based around that late game power. They do have... Oh.
Waxet doesn't miss
play
now.
for him.
Waxet just gets shut down without any sort of opportunity to reply. No summoner spells on that Nautilus. Waxet knew he was coming down because he was on the mid lane, and they take that opportunity to take one kill back.
And yeah, and get some pressure onto the turret. But yeah, GGSU really has sort of late game comp with the Victor scaling and the Ezreal, who wants to get a few items before he can start perma-slowing people and being the most annoying poker ever. Meanwhile, on the other side, there's Corki, Callista, and Graves. All of those champions tend to fall off come late game.
Really?
Callista not as much.
Oh. Haven't engaged with the Fate's Call. Party Bob doesn't have any summoner spell or any way to escape this unless he gets level 6 and uses the Monsoon straight off the bat. One additional auto attack for the eXire-eSports. Good shield the trick, but Hallelujah almost blocks it. It gets the Praise Secret, but that cookie doing the work.
50 HP, not even close, to be quite honest. Yeah, manages to survive that one, does go into the skin of his teeth. Meanwhile, Waxet might be kind of caught here.
I don't know who caught who. Shepard comes in to try and help Sebo. Is in trouble with Merza. It's a 1-for-1. Meanwhile, they were able to take Schwax as well. Dearmore with the 1 versus 2, and he takes the first kill. He now gets away, quick draws, and gets the shot. End of the line, baby, with the triple on the top line. And how can you get away from this? GGS falling short.
They're in a lot of trouble now. Like, slowly the gold lead is shifting away from them, and this is a Graves with 3 kills. He now has a serrated Dirk, which is going to help him shred through the armor that Poppy has. He is going to be really dangerous. Like, they lost some pressure in the bot lane, now admittedly, but Corki also picked up a kill on that Victor with help from Rek'Sai. So, really bad situation for GGSU. This Corki is going to get to the point where he just like one-shots you with a full combo. Well, technically it's not the one-shot. Full combos you.
You know what else he picked? That package. That package though. Let's see where he uses the package. He's rotating to the mid lane.
Victor is like hugging the turret. He knows what's up.
Nope. It's the end of the line for me, guys. Nope. I'm not getting out of this.
He's playing it smart. He's like, nah, I know what this means. You ain't getting me. I have no summoners. You ain't getting me. You ain't slick.
But also, I know Graves was nerfed. I gave you that. But let's talk about Ghost Blades, Maw Mortius, and the new item, the Dustbringer. You can get 50 armor pen stats. Not talking about percentage-wise. That's the true damage coming in from Graves. And also the passive from the Dustbringer. So, Hallelujah to be in trouble. That's a 3 versus 2. He gets a crucial damage while he was knocked up. Monsoon used. The Fate's Call brings Nautilus to get an additional knockup. Flashing in, another knockup. Ezreal is just looking from the clouds above because they are not allowing him to go downwards. Only when he's dead. Dredgeline is there. Comes Sebe from the mid lane with the rotation gank. In the triple knockup is enough to stop eXire-eSports. But my goodness, the coordination of this team is glorious.
Yeah, they're actually really taking GGSU, who we have praised for excellent teamwork. This looks like the beginning of a really exciting season. If all teams are going to be so well coordinated and good with team play.
My
Small
gosh.
skirmish in the mid.
Okay, Merza tries to get the trade, but this is not a trade because he might go down. Sebe getting the phosphorus bomb, flashes in, gets the heal out of Merza, and he turns around. So it's a summoner spell for the summoner spell.
Yeah, but it is a flash for heal, and like flash is a longer cooldown and more important. Meanwhile, eXire just picks up a free dragon. So
What can you do versus this triple man marksman just destroying every single lane? You can't do much. In terms of farm, you can see that Matara is falling short, and Graves is trying to push that top lane, allowing Voss to come back when the lane rebounces. But Schwax is reading this like a book and he's trying to rotate to the top lane. There's no ward, so they have no idea where Juaxes is. This could be a 2v1, this could be the kill for GGS, and she just quick draws away. The Cocoon finally gets him. Grasp of the Undying deals some damage, but his Graves is so tanky, and was now trying to get the counter gang. Hooks on Juaxe. She goes up with the repel, but gravity doesn't work like that, Juaxe, and he goes down. Knull Arden gets another one on the top lane.
The thing with Graves is, even though you manage to CC him down, if you use Quick Draw, he's still getting the 10 MR and Magic Resist from True Grit. So he's still tanky as hell, as we saw. Like he wasn't even put at 50% HP. He just doesn't care. He's Graves.
Remember guys, this is the best of 2, so even though GGS are falling short, they could come back on the second game unless eXire shows them this amazing coordination. We were talking about who has the coordination on these teams, and GGS were together for an entire year, and we now see eXire just pulling them off. Sebe takes a lot of damage, comes the Chaos Storm, he just Valkyries away, gets the Phosphorus Bomb, one auto attack away, but he doesn't even want to do it. Matata top lane getting chunked out of the lane, while Waz is not even needed on the bot lane. They are letting the support be on the roaming position, and they can't even take the bot turrets.
Yeah, they're actually leaving this bot lane alone, and to me this says, we don't care about Ezreal. Even if he starts scaling, we're just going to win before he scales.
Yes.
And right now, it seems like that's the case. It's the 13th minute, and they're already knocking on inhibitor turrets in the top lane. Mid lane's now getting pushed by the 4-man push. Yeah, I mean, they can't really stop this. Nautilus packs a lot of CC, just like Rek'Sai, and Corki and Graves do so much damage right now. They're at 1 item, and that's pretty much all they need. The one-shot here.
So, what I want to talk about, I couldn't talk about because they already did it. Graves went back with 2,000 and 1,800 gold. Anybody almost just played, and also a Zeal, and also a boot, a pair of boots. So, Graves is ludicrous at this point. And armor penetration is in. How can you kill Graves? You can't unless you bring 3 men to the top side. Rek'Sai is tanky as hell, and you don't want to kill Rek'Sai for whatever reasons. Mid lane, X-Drinker coming in, almost Trinity Force completed, so not even the magical damage that Mirza was able to deal will kill Corki now, while Kalista is just farming away, Blade of the Ruined King and an additional 1,500 on the pocket. So, closing items like this so early in the game with this sort of advantage and a 7,000 gold lead for eXire-eSports is leaving them with such a good early game. We are now switching to the mid game, and I don't see GGS with any opportunity to bounce back. Okay, Manamune is finished for Ezreal, but he still has a long way to stack that up and get the Iceborne Gauntlet. If GGS are able to stall the game for like 20 minutes, allowing his team to get the rest of the items that they need, they might come back. But will eXire leave that opportunity?
Yeah, and just getting that early Manamune and not even getting a Sheen really explains the situation right now. They just want this Ezreal to scale as quickly as possible because they need him. Without him, they are just getting destroyed, as we can see. But speaking of items, Graves going for a Zeal, probably gonna turn that into a RFC, or the Rapid Fire Cannon. However, I'm not too sure about that one. Like, you generally don't build a lot of crit onto Graves because you want to have some tankiness. I prefer the Black Cleaver, to be honest. Like, you have Yomus, you get some Black Cleaver shred, you're just going to be eating through people. You don't need the crits when you're doing true damage.
Well, Mirza hides himself on the other side of the turret, and, well, Waz has none of that. He just flashes onto the other side, hooks him down, gets the kill again. 10-1 advantage for the eXire-eSports. The vision control on the map is completely ridiculous. If you press F1, my cameraman, you just see the entire vision that they have, while on the other side, GGS have 2 wards put down. They have 2 wards down, and they have Party Bomb down because he flashes away, but the collateral damage finds him nonetheless and creates the winds of changes as Hallelujah is trying to find something, but you can't pray that hard, Hallelujah. And this is another one, 12-1 coming in from eXire. They have a 5-man squad on the bot lane to push this tier 2 turret. They throw in the Nautilus, they hooked on Poppy, they look at Chuaxe, they look at the second one, they're looking at the victory as they take down eventually Matara, and Sebe finally goes down. Finally, this is the second kill for GGS, but they lost so much in the process.
Well, at this point, I'm just hoping it's not going to be a sub 20-minute game, to be honest. It looks like it doesn't look good for GGSU. They're really getting destroyed. But like, props, really props to eXire. They're doing so well right now.
Well, Shefan just wanted more than you can chew. Finally, Gmore is there to help him, but he gets shut down. You can't overplay or overextend in these situations, while Pyroton is just trying to run away, but that's a 3-man squad who will just get the triple kill for Mirza. Getting the gold income for Mirza could be the change.
This is... Dragon is up right now, and GGS doesn't look like they're going to try and get it at all. Like, the second dragon now actually matters, because they changed it, so now you do burn damage to turrets, which is so incredibly important, especially if you're getting, like, destroyed objective-wise, like they are right now. And that's going to be a 3-second dragon. They're not even going to try and contest it. Corki has the package in case they try it, and we all know how Corki packages end up, especially now that he has the Sork shoes, because the package of course does magic damage, like most of Corki's kit.
Just use it on the mid lane. Well, that's a 1 minute
minions.
that you can use, so why not?
You have a 1 minute time limit, and it's understandable. You just use it on the minions, get some gold. Like, better use it like that than let it expire. It just feels
useful.
bad. Yeah, it just feels bad when you just let it expire.
Yeah. And also he got what he wanted from the package, which was to zone out the entire team of GGS.
Yeah, it's
that
pressure.
package alone, the mental pressure was enough to make it viable. Matara finds himself with Shefan, who's just trying to zone him out. No opportunity. Looking at the mastery, I do believe Strength of the Ages is completed. Yeah. Shefan already finished that 300 HP boost on Rek'Sai. Martin trying to pressure the mid lane. They could go for the Rift Herald with all the advantage they had. They never looked at that objective, and that would surely help them take some towers down. There's no way this is going to survive. Although GGS are approaching, they have no time to contest this. And even though we're not on the LCS and Freak is not guessing this one, I'm going to tell you guys, did you know that you can't steal once a team gets the hold of the Rift Herald? Yeah, I know Freak doesn't know this, man, I already poked him. Dude, you gotta learn your job. You can't steal the buff, and the buff lasts
so
15
rude.
seconds. I'm being BF! You should know these things if you're working for LCS.
So BF, but yeah. To be honest, I did actually know that when he said he's not 100% sure. I'm like, yeah, I'm 100% sure. You can't.
But did you know the 15 seconds as well?
That I did not know. I just remembered. I just remembered this from like a random surrender at 20 post. Like when they were introducing the Rift Herald, it just said, yeah, you can't steal it, with a picture of Shaco like trying to steal the buff and it not working. So yeah, smite it, then take it. Like...
Yeah, and you have 15 seconds to actually take it. Meanwhile, they get the vision of the Baron buff. They won't be able to contest this, although GGS have a pink ward on the backside of that buff, allowing them to track if Was is there. They don't have it anymore. It's down, so more vision control coming in for eXire-eSports. And step by step, they're losing everything that they could come back with GGS. Although they got the triple on Mirza, and we saw Mirza in the previous season, he was able to deal tons of damage and making the outplays. He has Victor, he was able to farm constantly, And now with Ezreal getting at least the Sheen and also the cooldown boots with the Glacial Shroud, we are looking at an Ezreal with, let me see, 30% cooldown reduction.
However, if eXire focuses on Baron, they pick up the Baron buff, they start pushing a lane, Victor can no longer wave clear it because of the magic resistance that the minions get. And I think, on Nautilus specifically, I think getting the Banner of Command would be excellent here, but we see Baron being started up, and they actually disengage because Party Bob just sends out some spooky ghosts and intervenes to put down some pressure. But yeah, you have Kalista, who goes Blade of the Ruin King and tons of attack speed. You shred through objectives. That's percent max health damage.
That was a two-man squad doing the Baron buff. Matara finds himself in trouble, is able to at least remove one from the screen while Waz exhausts Matara. He's still looking for the kill, but meanwhile GGS are rotating to this objective, which is taking down the support. Graves turns around, gets exhausted, no more damage flowing in. Through shot beverage doesn't quite connect, and they are looking at Waz. He gets the shield, here's the sacrificial lamb. He wanted more, and he got his death.
Yeah, but now you don't have any pressure in the top side. This could be a Baron. And it's being started up. eXire is tanky enough to attack the Baron damage. Probably should attack the front end because the back end does more damage to you.
Oh,
and yeah,
knows it.
This is going down. If Ezreal doesn't steal it.
Can you steal it? Impossible versus a Kalista. Sheffen is now running away with the trails between his legs. He just tunnels away. Ezreal will try to slow them down unless Graves turns around. My goodness, that was ravaging.
Yeah, didn't quite hit the mark, but even though he missed his ult, the rest of his kit just did so much damage. Like, as you can see, even when Graves fails, he almost kills you, so... Pretty dangerous champion right now. And
Yeah,
they're picking up a free turret now. Yeah, they're just picking up a free turret because everybody had to back because they were low on HP from tanking the Baron and the random poke from Ezreal. So now eXire is grouping up and it's a really dangerous push they have. Corki has the package now and yeah.
That's the thing, you were able to take down the turret, but now you put yourself in trouble because you have to go back. You are also low. Matara gets hooked in by Waz. Waz wants the rematch. He was like, okay, you kill me on the other time, but now I won't let you go back. And this will allow my team to just go in. Hallelujah! Loads of damage, my goodness!
That was without Phosphorus Bomb. That was without Q. Basically what you remember as Corki's signature most damaging move. He did so much damage just with the Thunder Lords, the package, and that Isha, the Gatling gun, is so strong right now. Does so much magic damage. But yeah, this looks like a free this is a free dragon for eXire. They have complete control of the map. Like we actually have more wards by GGSU now than we did before. eXire may be stepping down the ward play a little bit. They don't have like the top side or the bot side covered all that much. Probably should look to get some of that. We see Graves pushing down the bottom lane. Poppy is there to cover it, but without help, Graves is just going to attack the turret. He's going to ignore Poppy.
He's starting to build that cooldown reduction, but even still, you can't do anything about this Matara, so she's going to ask the assistance of the Janna. Meanwhile, this is going to allow Pyratan to go mid and just take some shots on the turret, but now she's going to flash over Ezreal. She does this good mystic shot, but nonetheless, she goes down. If it was a 1v1, he probably could take down Ezreal, but still.
Yeah, Kalista is pretty strong in a 1v1, especially against things with skill shots. Oh, that missed Poppy ult hit the minions.
3 versus 1. Can you guys do it? Collateral damage comes in. He doesn't have bullets in his chamber. He's going to reload. Here comes the Cyrox Cage kicking in, giving him the shield. He doesn't have the summoner spell available. That's the end of the line for you, Graves, as he goes down step by step. eXire are overextending and allow GGS to take him down. And my
Meanwhile, the
goodness,
top
that
lane.
was a huge rocket on Alleluia's face, getting the 2-shot barrage down. No more Baron buff, which means they have just turn tails and run.
Yeah, they're just running away. However, they could turn on this once GGSU leave the safety of the inhibitor turret. So right now, GGSU is still struggling. They managed to pick up the kill onto the Graves. However, that was a 3v1, and they still barely got a 1-for-0. Like, Poppy almost got killed by the Graves. They had to blow Exhaust, they had to block, they had to pop Janna Monsoon. It's a real tough situation they are currently in.
Looking at the tactical level, either you bring 4 guys into the top and allow Knular Moore to just split push on the bot side, as he was doing, and you force the entire team of GGS to rotate to the top, because even though they might take Graves down with a 3-man squad, like they did, even though they used so many things for him, you will allow the rest of the team to take the turret and the inhibitor eventually. So you will sacrifice Graves. He knows he's going to die. Now that he has summoner spells, he will be able to do this. If you're trying to fight a poke team with split pushes like a 3-1-1, like eXire is doing right now, you are going to lose. Because they will actually win versus a triple-man squad. Because they have the poke, they have the wave clear, and they were not able to use the Baron play. They had the Baron, but they did nothing with it.
Yeah, actually, eXire really, like, falling off now. They still have a 10k gold lead, which is, well, a 9k gold lead, but basically the same at this point, to be honest. However, they seem like they're letting off the pressure right now, and it might be because it's getting closer and closer to that late game where Ezreal is starting to turn on, become Ezreal. He has Iceborne Gauntlet down and Muramana stacked fully, and he's probably getting a Last Whisper from that pickaxe. So slowly but surely he's becoming pretty strong, and Graves is gonna fall off. Graves and Corki are just going to fall off and do meh damage compared to the Ezreal and the Victor, who is starting to shred slowly but surely.
Moore goes to the bot side, he knows what he has to do. The rest of the team are falling in, are coming in to help him, so no split push coming in from eXire. Although Corki is making a build where he will be able to do more than man damage, since he built Infinity Edge and he's going for the cannon as well, Trinity Force, so critical strike will come in, and since it's half physical, half magical, that would be pretty interesting to see, a 250 critical damage coming in.
Yeah, that's a lot of critical magic damage, which is weird to say, but actually pretty strong. Getting a Randuin's Omen is probably one of the best things you can do about that, because he still does a lot of magic damage, however, critical portion of the magic damage is still negated by the passive of Randuin's.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
Ooh.
Need to be careful.
Well, that's
The
almost
shot
going down.
coming in. Ooh, so close, but not enough.
That was quite dangerous, yeah. As we see, Ezreal is starting to become a problem. Like, he is starting to shred tanks, and he has a Cutlass now for some self-peel, so he can survive the Graves, the Kalista, and the Corki that just want to go onto him.
Oh, Matara with the disrespect. Showing game, okay, dude. That was the early game, now we're in the late game. Now we are on my game. I'm not even going to move. You guys got the opportunity, you guys didn't take it, and now it's GGS time to just shine. While Elise is building more tanky and DPS wise with that Rylus and Iron Locket. Locket of the Iron Solari, trying to cover the rest of the team. Matara finds himself on a sticky situation versus Dinmore. He's now forced to go back. If you let him attack and attack and attack constantly, he's going to shred through your HP whatsoever. No more.
But look at top. Like, look at they're moving around Baron. And if eXire get this, they're actually starting it up. I think they accidentally started doing it because of the Rune's Hurricane from Kalista. We'll try
This
to
is
hit
a
the board.
dangerous play now. Here comes the package. Here comes Corky just spreading the entire team fight, but he gets isolated, forced to flash away. Hallelujah on the backside, auto attacking while Seve is in trouble. Matari is there to help with the hammer of justice. He's the chosen one. Meanwhile, in the mid lane is Pyroton just running away from the Ezreal, just closing him down. Graves is alone on the bot side, taking down the inhibitor, but they lost 2 men for that inhibitor. They got the bot inhibitor nonetheless.
They can now rotate and do the Baron themselves. Rek'Sai is up. Yeah, they're going to start it. Wox is tanking. We have Hohelia with a lot of damage and Mercer as well. Doesn't look like... Yeah, Shreffen is trying to get close to try and steal this one. But it's pretty dangerous. Party Pop going really low. And Graves is soloing the dragon meanwhile.
4,000 HP, Baron Buffy just tunnels in. He could get the knockup, but the smite is not available. Party Bob is so low, but Nautilus doesn't have the damage necessary. And this is GGS taking down the Baron, taking down the opportunity to come back from eXire. What can you do?
This is the comeback. This is the comeback. Like, 4 for 0 and picking up a Baron. On the other side, you did lose a bot lane inhibitor, which is going to create some side lane pressure, and Graves did get that 4th dragon, actually. 4th dragon right now is somewhat okay. It decreases the damage you take from turrets, which is really good for diving. However, at this stage in the game, slowly but surely, it looks like eXire is not going to be in a position where they can dive.
One important thing is, you had the upper hand versus the Poke team, and you gave it away. And now the Poke team has the Baron buff, which will be fairly hard to actually stop those minions coming in, because you don't have the necessary wave clear to remove those Baron empowered minions. And with the Poke behind those minions, how can you even defend those lanes? They actually put Dean Moore again on the bot side to try and get the split push, since Matara doesn't have the TP, so he's obligated to go there and stop him. Or are they? Okay, he just recalls back because he has the Baron buff. Okay, so he will be able to stop it. If GGS are able to pull this one off and allow Hallelujah to just get more damage coming in with that as well, but they want to get the all-in, while Wasp throws in the ultimate, it's not enough to lock him down. So Fate's Call and also Depth's Charge is over, so they don't have 2 ultimates. If they allow Hallelujah, if they protect Hallelujah to get the poke in, this could be the team fight for GGS that they have been waiting for so long. True Shot Beverage comes in, gets rid of those minions, those pesky little minions, so they have the entire field cleared to just get the chase down. Wasp hooks himself through the wall to try and get away. Cocoon connects on Shepard, but that's his Seve with a lot of damage. Deanward now realizes, okay, I have enough damage to go in, but realizes I don't have enough HP. And Matara comes in with the TP, gets the hammer on Pyroton. They want to kill the Kalista. They don't get it, they get the Corky nonetheless. Moonsoon gets some heal. Hallelujah comes in with a double kill. He's looking for the triple. He doesn't have enough mana to do it as he gets knocked up and he's able to shift away. This is an intense game, and Hallelujah is locked on the enemy base behind enemy line, but nobody can respond to that.
He doesn't have enough mana for Arcane Shift, by the way. I'm just looking at the cooldown and it's 90 mana, he had 60 at the time. So didn't have enough to just jump over the wall. That was really well done. Oh my god.
Gotta go fast, gotta go exhausted. Gotta go back because the enemy team is not allowing me to go any closer.
And that's a used TP and Graves getting chunked. So basically a wasted TP. The TP that could have been used possibly do some split pushing down bot, because as we have seen, they like sending the Graves bottom lane, pushing out that lane and getting some side lane pressure. But now he doesn't have TP anymore and he didn't get any kills off of that, so not worth by any stretch of the imagination.
It was a long fight, by the way.
It was a really long fight. It started.
I'm glad I can
it
breathe
started
now.
at mid lane tier 1 GGSU turret. That's where the fight started. It ended at eXire mid lane inhibitor turret. So yeah, it was a pretty long fight spanning around half the rift.
English Codex coming in for Nautilus. What does he want for that cooldown reduction in the EP?
I think he actually wants to get Banner of Command, because Banner of Command, as far as I know, is Fiendish Codex plus Aegis of the Legion. So he wants to get that, which is understandable, because when you look at the bot lane, they're sending down Mirza to cover this lane. And if you Banner of Command one of the super minions, Mirza can't do anything to him. Because he's immune to magic damage, and Mirza does all magic damage. And he's the only wave clear they really have. Like Poppy, not so great at wave clearing. She's okay, but not against super minions all that much. Ezreal is just terrible at wave clearing, and Elise is building a tank right now.
Well, Blue Waz is not the worst wave clear. Like, 1 second Mystic Shot, he doesn't even put himself in the struggle to begin with.
Yeah,
and
but he's so important to them. He's so important to
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. You can't send him. You just can't
Also, we
afford, because your
disregarded
team
something
is...
really important.
Yeah.
Aspect of the Dragon will be available if they get the last dragon in 40 seconds.
Yeah, in 40 seconds. They have the threat of the 5th Baron. And actually getting the first Baron for GGSU would be quite nice because of that 6% AD and AP. Which would be really good for this 250 AD Ezreal and the 455 AP Victor. So 60% of that would be quite nice for them to get. However, it doesn't look like... It looks like they're going to contest. They have to contest it. Aspect is just so strong.
15 seconds for GGS to get the poke in. Prepare the last team fight.
Oh,
If they
Hylia
are not
is
able,
really poked out. Look at him. He's on...
oh my god.
He has to lifesteal now. He's using
That's
that
a
literary
5
kick as fast as
seconds.
possible.
He has to sustain himself. He's auto-attacking those minions as fast as he can, but the dragon is
Here's the
alive.
dragon, though.
And that's a Kalista. That's a really hard objective to steal with. True shot damage comes in. He leads Rams into the air and she steals it! As the Emerald of Justice just pushes him away out of the dragon's pit. Waz is in trouble. He gets the Fate's Call. Sebe is alone behind enemy lines as Hallelujah just flashes in, takes him down. No effort of the dragon, and GGS are looking for more. They are not done with this. Matara on the front line taking every single auto attack, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care. GGS are able to actually steal the dragon.
Guaxay. Legend. The legend. That's the most clutch steal. Like, well, not ever, but it's what can win them the game. This is giving them the opportunity to win the game because Baron is up in 8 seconds. They can pick up the Baron, base, and they have actually equalized the gold lead. And they have gotten to the late game where the Ezreal is so powerful, just like the Victor, and the Corki is somewhat weaker.
Oh my gosh.
However,
are GGS doing
They
this?
just have to get away from this, unfortunately. They might actually have to give up Baron, which is really suboptimal for them because we know that this eXire squad really wants to split push, and with Baron buff it's so easy to split push.
You don't have the necessary HP to fight this one, but if you go back, you lose the Baron. If you lose the Baron, you lose the game. So this is a jiffy. Oh!
Whoa!
Okay, get the
The
sustain by the
monsoon, yeah!
And now re-engage, 9,000 HP.
Waxy
Here
has
comes
fight.
Sebi with
Waxy
the
has
poke.
fight.
Party bomb. He's getting lower by the second. Here comes Matan on the front line, but his HP is getting shook down and he's able to stun Sebi. They take down the Corki. They're looking for Dinmore. They're looking for the game. They're looking for Hallelujah just soloing 1v1 the Kalista. Brave with the buckshot is able to take them down and he's still alive. But here comes Matan from the left side. They're looking on Chapman. Here comes the static stage just to get more shield flowing in. And wants to stop this one, but Hallelujah is on the front line. Hallelujah has the blue buff, and Hallelujah, I believe GGS just took the game.
Can they end it here though? They're backing away. They're not ending the game. They're... Oof, Graves almost getting killed by that true shot barrage. We are at a 2k gold lead difference. There was a 10k lead for eXire. Now it's just down to 2. And GGSU is back. They're back, baby.
This is just like them on the House Party 5v5 previous season. They started off so bad, but they were able to come back in the end and took down the season. Okay, I know this is just a game, but this game seems like the last season. They started off really bad on the champion select. They wanted to pick the bone composition and let Corki out. So they gave Corki away. And then in the middle of the game, they weren't able to get the proper vision, they weren't able to get the information of the rotation from the enemy team, and they were taken down not only on the solo level, but also as a rotation level. And now they're coming back. This is a ping pong game. You get the lead, you get the lead, now I get the lead back, and now you get the lead, and the veteran is getting really low. 6,000 HP, I don't see eXire stealing this one unless the collateral damage does the damage, but Party Bomb receives all those shots from the cannon. Or the shotgun, I might say.
Yeah, but
and
here just back and heal up. He doesn't care about it all that much. I don't think he's too worried. He's like, yeah, I traded 80% of my HP for a Baron. What?
Gosh. This game is running wild.
Just, yeah.
If only LCS was
gonna
half
be a
as fun.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be a 20-minute game. I thought this was gonna end like 20 minutes ago. I thought we were going to be in the post-game screen. I was so wrong. Never have I been so wrong.
But still, 1 minute and 40 seconds for the 5th rank of eXire, and now GGS finally have their first dragon. Also, we were not able to talk about this because we have so much to talk about. Sorry guys, but GGS finally got their first dragon, so this is going to give them additional damage. This was so important, and we disregarded it for 6 minutes. I apologize, but now we're touching on this subject. Hallelujah just shifts away. They are looking at GGS at off position, and they're forcing in the flashes. Waz is taking some damage, the 2-shot damage comes in, but those are a lot of shields as Matata flashes in, gets the hammer, gets the knockup, gets the support for Shuaxe, and Hallelujah is now on the chase. Monsoon is just sustaining through the entire team. Hallelujah goes for the front line, he's looking at more as the Spooky goes, gets it, woo, and Shepard gets the Cocoon down, he's going down. Mercy's on the killing spree. Is it enough? Or are they looking for more? Collective damage almost deals no damage as it goes down with the 7 damage. Half HP removed with the death places. This is a long team fight again, guys. And 7 goes down. Demore looks at the melee range and Hallelujah. They're able to take down the mid liner. But this is a 3-4-2 at the end of the fight.
Kalista might be looking for something. All of the members of GGSU are pretty low. Kalista jumping forward, but decided just to wave clear. That was a hectic fight. Again, starting all the way on the other side of the map. Running so far away, and that's because of this poke comp with the Ezreal slows. They try to disengage, but they can't. They're getting perma gauntlet. Also, Elise now has an Iceborne gauntlet as well, so that's more slows onto them. And Victor has their allies. Like, everybody has swiftness except for Corki and the Nautilus.
Oh, this could be changing. Oh my gosh, let's go. There we go. Rin on the dragon.
Oh my god, that's
Dragon
5. That's Aspect. This is, I think this is where the game is decided. Like, the next team fight decides it. If eXire manages to win using Aspect of the Dragon, or if GGSU either stalls out Aspect or manages to win the fight somehow, I think that's just going to be over. The death timers are too long right now. Almost everybody's level 18 on the side of GGSU. Or only the supports. The supports have been really like starved of XP.
Okay, we have to analyze.
It usually happens like that. Yeah.
We have to analyze this. Rek'Sai doesn't have the Aspect of the Dragon, and neither does Corki.
Which is going to hurt them a lot.
Yeah.
However, Kalista does, and Kalista right now is the person I'm looking to when I think, okay, who is going to win the next team fight for their team? It's gonna be the AD carries, in my opinion. Graves is going to do a lot of damage. However, if they manage to juke away from the collateral damage and end of the line, they're gonna be relatively safe. However, Kalista right now really shreds. She has so much lifesteal from the Bloodthirster, the Blade of the Ruin King, and of course the Runon's crits. Plus she gets additional lifesteal, spell vamp, and attack speed when they proc the lifeline that Maw of Malmortius gives.
I love that item. Just to put it out
is.
there, I love that item. I really don't know why Graves wasn't able to bring the new item, the new AD item, which deals so much damage. 90 damage plus 25% of missing HP. On that on Graves is ludicrous. That would be disgusting. Also, an additional armor pen. Aspect of the Dragon is getting lower by the second. Let me just watch how much time do they have. Around 30 seconds to begin with. That double amplified damage and also the true damage is helping them so much. The Manner of Command does the work and the Siege Minion is there to just delay them a little bit further. And they get the inhibitor. But this is not the victory.
Yeah, and look, Aspect is almost up. Like, it's got, what, like 20 seconds on it left? Less, probably? GGSU can bounce back from this. They just lost an inhibitor. That was Dragon 5 used to get one inhibitor. Like, the payoff is negligible.
Slightly low.
Yeah, just almost negligible. That is some bot lane pressure.
For the
However,
Baron.
the bot lane pressure won't matter if GGSU just ends it. If they push down mid, it doesn't matter if there are super minions in the base if the opponent's nexus is destroyed, of course.
Let's see, GGS are not looking for that. They are tied in kills. They are tied, almost tied in gold. What has this game came up to? 50-minute long game, guys.
And
What
Victor
is this?
has that Void Staff. That's the last item he was missing. Now he actually shreds through the magic resist that eXire has, even though it is not a lot. There is an Aegis. We're at AoE, but...
They get
Waz
the
might
blue
get
buff,
something here.
but it might be in trouble. Waz is looking for the hook. The dredge line is prepared. He gets in on Jubatse. That's the smiter if they're able to take him down. Two-shot barrage comes in and she goes up with the repel and now turns on Shepard. But Tara is there to get the stun on the smiter. They want the smiters. Graves is approaching from the right side. If he's able to get them, that's Party Bomb down. Matara could be in trouble now.
Meanwhile,
because
mid
the
lane.
hook gets on Juaxe. Matara is just cruising away. And this is a split push. This is a Braze Rush. Mirza and Alleluia out on the mid lane. They need to stop this as long as they can. The teleports are coming in. Also, the ultimate from eXire is filling in more close distance. Matara running away. He's not able to escape the claws and the spears of Piraten. And they were able to take the inhibitor from the mid lane. But still, Juaxe is alive. As long as he's alive, he can come back and steal this Baron. He did it before. Oh, Mirza, you don't want to fight this. Well, I guess you would as Alleluia approaches in. Mirza solo, 1 arrow away. He dodges the first missile. He could get the second as Alleluia steps in and gets completely annihilated. Mirza is in trouble. The prey!
Prey Seeker!
It's the prey! And only Juaxe is alive. This could be it. This could be it, boys. eXire could take the game.
It looks like the end. I don't think that the Least can really defend against this. It's a 5-man push. I think that is it. This 50-minute long game. Party Bomb is there, but doesn't have his ult. I don't think it would be enough, even if he did.
Party Bomb
Holy
doesn't have
moly.
anything to party about. It's finally eXire, after the long 49 minutes and 22 seconds game, are able to finally seal the deal, put the last bullet on the chamber, pull the trigger, and kill GGS. But this is only the first game to begin, guys. What a lovely game to start off the season. After this game, after this quick break, we will have the second game between GGS and eXire. And let's see who is going to take those points.
I saw you hiding behind those tears like a waterfall, tired and lonely, barely breathing but you're still alive. So just let go. I know you're tired of these tired eyes. Time is against us, so let's live our lives. We're young, but we're tired here. Grab my hand and let's disappear. We can chase the sunset, you and me. Tired here. Grab my hand and let's disappear. Tired here. Grab my hand and let's disappear. Wake up. Wake up. I saw you hiding behind those tears like a waterfall, tired and lonely, barely breathing but you're still alive. So just let go. I know you're tired of these tired eyes. Time is against us, so let's live our lives. We're young, but we're tired here. Grab my hand and let's disappear. We can chase the sunset, you and me. Tired here. Grab my hand and let's disappear. Tired here. Grab my hand and let's disappear. Wake up. Wake up. Wake
We are lost to the internet. This is our last chance to save humanity. Join us and end this war. Right here, right now. Dial up. Dial up.
Take it back to the crib. Take it back to the crib.
Welcome back, guys. We are jumping into the second game between GGS and eXire-eSports. What a beautiful and long first game. My name is Akaran. I'm together with Void, and let's see what this champion select will consist. And GGS, straight off the bat, removing that Corki.
Yeah, that Corki was pretty strong last game. Did a lot. The packages were okay. We're actually above average. Managed to catch out Ezreal 2 times, which was really good for them. So they just banned the Corki away. On the other side, there's actually a Graves band also. they're completely changing up their pick and ban phase because of the last game, apparently, which is understandable.
And these bans are really important. Also, that was the first game of the season. Just as we casters, the players have the same problem, which is gathering information of how the opposing team plays in the team environment. You can study as much as you want on the solo queue level, but you never know how they play on the team environment and which are the problems to deal with. And now removing Corky and also Graves, we're just wrecking the lanes in the team fight. This is going to get GGS on the better spot. They remove Gangplank, which is a normal ban. And now let's see on the other side, Poppy. Okay, Poppy was able to disengage and stop the split push comfortably, even though they needed to bring more people into that split push. Tom Kench and Yudi are the last bans, and this is the first pick, Lulu.
Lulu, as we know, really good flex pick, can go top, mid, or support. Pretty good in all of those lanes, respectively. Not all that exciting to watch as a solo laner, but she's good.
It depends. Are you telling me that LCK Faker is not entertaining to watch when he's playing Lulu?
I'm saying he's more entertaining on literally any other champion.
But it's entertaining nonetheless.
I would prefer watching you play Braum mid or something like that.
Whoa!
Knowing him,
just
knowing
because
him,
of the
that's
pick.
yeah. Knowing him, that might be something we'll see coming
Eventually.
coming to a match against the wild cards near you.
So what are eXire going to take? The lockdown delusion, the OP AD carry you were just discussing with me about an hour ago, while they still bring the Nautilus, which was so strong to begin with.
Shh. Don't, Akram, don't tell anybody Lucian's OP, please. I have survived too many Lucian nerfs to this point, please. Let Riot think that they have balanced him. Please, I don't want my second shot to do 5% of my AD.
Well, it would be better. Talking about better, that's a Morgana coming in and getting locked in by GGS, while Fiora is probably, and I think that's the only solid pick, to the top lane. So Morgana could still go mid and Lulu could go support, and the other way around. So GGS are still keeping the incognito part of their composition, while on the other side though, I would love to see this Zed being picked up with a new item.
Yeah, Zed is so strong right now. You don't go, Duskblade of Dragfire is a really strong item on him. You don't go it as first item, obviously, because it's kind of weak like that. But you get like a Yomu's, then get the Duskblade, and just too much damage to handle. Unfortunately, we get the Orianna lock-in. Orianna is a pretty safe laner, can do those massive 5D elo shockwaves that win teamfights, especially with the Nautilus there that wants to go in and like be in the middle of the fight.
I like how Party Bob always overs versus on Katarina, even though he never picks it. So Morgana will go to the support part, while Lulu will go to the mid lane. I didn't want to say anything, but we all know, everybody knows, everybody who's watching and is a fan of GGS knows. Oh, don't tease me. Don't tease me. You don't do that to me.
They tease you. They're gonna tease you.
You know I love this champion. This is one of my favorite champions. I have a specific phrase for the ultimate, which I'll not say on live. Never say it online, but it's a lovely champion. And it was buffed as well, so it's reliable.
Yeah, it's gonna be the eXire. It's gonna be the eXire.
Solid composition overall.
Yeah, Huaxi does. We have seen Huaxi on an eXire, and he's just gonna pick eXire. It's a good all-around jungler. Goes Cinderhawk, so is tanky as hell come late game. The Tremor Sense is extremely useful when you can't really get the vision down. On the other side, the Scion hover? Hey, Scion's okay. I mean, he technically speaking, he could have infinite health because of the W.
Okay, this seems more like it. Bringing the Gnar or bringing the Jax could be fitting, although I don't like Jax on this composition. I would prefer to see a Nart just to get the ultimate wombo combo team. A lot of knockups, a lot of disrupts, a lot of, well, Nari is perfectly viable with Orianna because he sets up the massive shockwave. Although they just
But
want
so
to
does
split
Olaf,
push.
though.
Yeah.
So
How
does
does
Olaf, because
Olaf?
Olaf does have the ult. He has the ghost to like speed in, and then he pops the Ragnarok, goes in there with like 700 movement speed, and he can't be CC'd. So the ball is moving freely.
Okay, the difference is Olaf is like the UPS for the shockwave. He delivers the shockwave. Nar actually prepares. He's the chef. He's the cook. He brings everybody to a single wall and just says, "Bon appetit, Oriana." And she just takes the massive shockwave and destroys the entire team fight. Although they prepare the shockwave, nonetheless, they both prepare. I would love to see a Nar in this composition, but let's see what they are going to bring us. Because they surprised us on the first game, and my gosh, they surprised us on the first game. Let's see if they're able to do it on the second game. Okay, now I'm going to let you analyze this part. Do we see a lane swap? Do we see an early shenanigan? Or do we see the standards lanes?
Well, Lucian Nautilus is a strong lane, because Lucian works really well when there's a CC heavy lane partner, because he packs enough damage for the both of them. And Nautilus, actually, for being so tanky, he does have ridiculously high base damages, because the W does give him more attack damage than it should, probably. Plus, of course, the auto attack is a snare, Riptide is a slow, the Dredge line is a knock-up and a small stun. He had everything they need to lane comfortably and dominantly. On the other side, you do have Tristana and Morgana. Tristana wants to scale. Just like she wants to scale because she gets that auto attack range. However, she does have the Morgana to stay safe. All in all, I don't see I'm not too sure if GGSU wants the lane swap, because I feel like they want Matera to get all the gold and XP he can from just solo laning. Since Olaf can work with a small amount of gold, Fiora on the other hand, not that well. She is somewhat item dependent.
But going even deeper, Void, into the Void.
Oh baby.
Look at this. If the lane swap GGS, they would still get the gold income for Matara, because they would focus on the turret, they would get the buddy system, go to the other lane, probably to the top lane, yeah, I'm looking at the top lane, and get that turret gold for Matara, while they would just bounce back the wave, allowing Matara to freeze the lane and getting all that gold income, while Tristana would go into any other lane because she has that push potential, and stop the lane which was frozen by eXire. So on a tactical level, going really deep, this would work so well for GGS. On the other side, it's almost the same thing, because I've seen teams more on the LCK with Olaf. I love the Olaf lane swap.
The Olaf is Olaf is actually extremely good at taking turrets, because you just tank up the minions, go down below HP, and you get all of that extra attack damage from it. And then you pop the W for attack speed, and you're in the money. You're just shredding.
And
through
with Elise
turrets
as well. So we have a lot of push potential. Okay, Lucian is able to get the Light Slinger. Nautilus is not the best turret destruction machine. He's just a CC machine. But Olaf, Elise, and Lucian, they would be able to take 2 turrets, while on the GGS they will be able to take like 1 turret and a half maximum. So there's a lot of potential on the tactical level to get the lane swap, although I know you don't want that. You want just the bloody fest, the clown fiesta, as people often say.
I love the Clown Fiesta games, because those are what I'm used to. I'm used to that brutal solo queue Clown Fiesta where just everybody goes in, that level 1 like invade, where it ends up a 5-for-4. And you just don't know how that one person survived. It's the pure essence of magic.
As we are going to watch the Masteries. That's a Thunderlord's decree for Rek'Sai, not a tanky Rek'Sai. Matara comes in with the Grasp of the Undying, Thunderlords for Mirza, obviously, while it was Fervor of Battle for Tristana and Party Bob. I can't quite recall which one was it. I'll try to see along the game.
Thunderlords, I'm guessing, because
Thunderlord?
it's...
Oh, I don't know, man.
It would be my guess. I didn't see because the load screen just instantly disappears. Because of that delay, so we don't have to wait for the connection.
Fervor of Battle for Olaf. Elise
That's
brought
understandable,
Thunderlords. And Fervor of Battle for Piraten as well. And I'm not sure what he brought this game. I don't think he brought Wind Speaker's Blessing. That's a one level engage. Matara is the one getting hooked. He's able to lunge away. Shuwaxa getting ignited, getting the first blood for Waz. And Waz is just rooting them down. Hallelujah needs to just flash over the wall. And Mirza just needs to back off. And Morwood Root gets the second kill for that early invades. And we talked about how much
Clown
he was
Fiesta,
at.
boys! Clown Fiesta! Oh, that's what you like to see. Like, so entertaining.
Okay, I do believe the spectator was not able to load in time to watch that team fight, so I'm going to radio broadcast to you guys. It was GGS going into the top side near the Rift Idol, trying to get a hold of the vision of the opposing team, eXire-eSports, while we had Waz and Dean Moore, who's playing Olaf, on the front line. One undertow allowed the entire team to get slowed, while Waz just followed it up with a lot of rooting potential, and Piraten on the backside was just auto-attacking with Lucian doing what Lucian is best, stacking that fervor of battle to the maximum, allowing him to take the the second kill, while Was took the first blood. So it was the support with the first blood. Radio broadcast, only for you guys.
That was really legit. That deal was pretty legit. So yeah, speaking of the first blood on the Nautilus, the support, he picks up an early health crystal for himself, which would be great if they were laning against the other dual lane. However, a lane swap is happening. In the top lane, we see Tristana and Morgana. They're just freezing the wave. Same in the bot lane. They're trying not to push too hard. Actually, we see Waz actually hitting the back line of casters. Probably just wants to push this one, which is fortunate for them because Mater is on the top side. They could look to do a lot of damage to this turret, and we see the bot lane of GGSU doing the same in the top lane.
I do believe they pushed it too early. Look at the waves, they are dying, while Elise and Olaf are still going for the blue buff. They allowed Piraten to just take the whole experience level. And now Matara will follow it up, while Rek'Sai was going to do the Scuttle Crab and spot the red buff, but there's no red buff available anymore. You should be on the top side pushing that turret and allowing those minions to bounce back or even go further with the tier 2 turret because you have a Tristana on your composition.
They can go further actually because, yeah, they do have the Tristana. They're doing this so much quicker. However,
they didn't got it. This is not well executed.
They're just going to leave Matter up here. I would have loved to see like pushing another 2 waves in and doing some damage onto the second tier turret, to be honest. Because as you can see, the turret on the bot side is at 1/4 health. They still need at least 1 more wave to get this.
Lulu flashes away, wastes one summon the spell, but still goes down. The third kill coming in for eXire-eSports, just as the previous game was. Okay, it was not this sort of gameplay, but they got 3 kills before GGS were even able to get on the board, on the scoreboard. So this is going to allow them to do so well. 2 members on the bot side versus 4 members. This could be a dive versus Party Bob and Ahulia.
As you can see, you send the bot lane down to the bot lane, where the turret is being taken, and you don't get much. Like, yeah, now they back off. They couldn't save the turret. I think it would have been worth to try and get more damage onto the tier 2. But hey, that's just my opinion of the situation. Meanwhile, we see Lucian has to back away. He has no mana, at 14 mana. He can't cast anything. Just needs to back off.
This is really bad. This is really bad for Dean Moore, because he has to go to a lane that is bouncing back. Matara was able to bounce back the lane from the turret, so I don't see Dean Moore putting himself on that lane and farming without Draxley going to the top side and getting the first kill for GGS. It's simply not possible, and if by any means necessary, Dean Moore is able to go to the top side and rebounce the wave, back to his own side. This is really bad from GGS because Joaxe wasn't able to read the map carefully. Now we wait.
Yeah, but yeah, Olaf is just going to has to push this to get the farm. Actually, can't do much about it. However, Waz is up here, and that's a fail ward. Oh, next to Waz, the pink ward is just outside of the bush. That actually
Unlucky.
that's 30 gold. That's a ward plus 30 gold. It's
Joaxe finds himself a ward.
unfortunate.
Okay, Waz is able to get that 30 gold back because he's going to kill one pink ward for himself. They do leave Piraten alone on the bot side to try and farm. This will allow GGS to push that turret and make the counts even. And look at this. D-More is still on the top side with no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah, by the way, we do have a confirmation that Party Bob does in fact have Thunderlord's decree.
D-More is out of position. He gets the ghost, but I guess that ghost will be a real ghost because he might go down to the lunge from Matara. So he's now a ghost. Specifically ghost.
Yeah, they finally pick up the first kill for themselves, which is going to help out a lot. Generally speaking, golden experience onto the Fiora is going to do a lot for them. Fiora is pretty strong right now. Maybe a bit too strong, in all honesty. However, now she has 26 farm and a kill. She can start going towards that either Titanic Hydra or Black Cleaver, depending on the preference and need. Probably going for the Black Cleaver since you don't want to push the wave. You want to keep it as close to you as possible against the Olaf, and just shredding his armor is pretty nice.
He does have
we do see the
TP.
Elise up here though.
Yeah, Matara has TP and has a lot of gold. If she decides or he decides to fight this one, that would be not a good position because they have no vision of Elise for about 5 minutes. They were not able to spot the Elise for 5 minutes, so they have no idea where she is, and Matara puts himself in a bad position. She tries to get the parry, he's able to lock down. Here comes the repel, getting Shepard really close to Matara. Flash is available, he's gonna use it. Are they going to dive this one? They have the Spiderlings to tank the turret, but they decide to just let it go.
Barely manages to get away, but I want to go aggressive onto the Olaf for obvious reasons. He doesn't have Ghost anymore, and right now the Fiora is pretty strong. However, we see a 4-man group in the top wave. They want to get this turret, actually. And we see, yeah, Olaf TPing in the bot lane to try and protect that one.
This is not going to be an easy task because of this. The TP is available for Matara, so he has to just back off. This will allow the GGS squad to take over not only the T1 but the T2 if they are able to push.
Yeah, I think this is where you just continue the push, to be honest. You have Waxe there for support, and yeah, they're continuing the push. Even eXire is continuing the push on the top lane. Maybe Elise is looking to steal away a blue buff, or maybe...
Shane CC, you can't do anything about that.
Goodbye. And yeah, they're just pushing down the turret. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, actually, Mirza putting a lot of damage onto the Orianna. Forces the flash. I don't think Sebe needed to flash there, but
he needed, believe me. For some reason, Mirza was the beast with Lulu the entire previous season. He is.
That is fair. That is fair. He is pretty good on Lulu.
Okay, objective-wise, GGS were able to take down the T2 turret, while eXire did the same thing. They trade blue for blue. The only advantage coming in for GGS is the fact that they will be able to take the first dragon of the game, getting themselves that static lead in terms of damage. They don't need to worry about the dragon anymore whatsoever because they have Tristana, so you don't need any more stats to destroy turrets or whatsoever. So they have the dragon, they have what they want.
Yeah, but they take Rift Herald in the top lane though. So they're trading away Dragon for Rift Herald, and it looks like they want to group up mid and siege this turret, actually.
I know this is not your type of game, this is really tactical.
I like tactical games to some degree, however, I don't know. Generally just showcases of mechanical prowess are more entertaining to watch. Which is undeniable, I think.
Oh, Joaxe stepping over the boundaries of damage, and he gets annihilated. Piraten is able to take the turret while he's just backing away with the explosive charge, the explosive shot. He survives with just 10
40
HP.
40
Hallelujah
HP.
is going to get shielded by the black shield, while Waz just backs away with a culling on the face of Party Bob. Really messy in the mid lane, but that's the turret nonetheless. A 1-for-1 in the end, and I believe GGS want more.
Yeah. Oh.
The sidestep, the blue suede shoes, and that's the repel getting into safety, but Hallelujah gets the kill with the flash.
This is one of the GGS you will remember from the finals of Season 1. Hallelujah is doing quite well for himself, has 72 CS and has 2 kills.
I finally
And
realized
also-
an entire season later, Void, that it's not Hallelujah, it's Hallelujah.
Hey,
Only took me an
I
entire
don't think
season.
he minds too much. if you ever misspeak, just call him Tristana. Call him by champion name. That's what I do when I can't be bothered to read player names.
No, I just thought it was Hallelujah. Seriously, I really thought it was Hallelujah. Well, I got denied. Oh, Matara. Get the
Matara,
parry,
no.
but you can only parry as much. 4 men for you, Matara. No flash available. He's making them run, but he's
Yeah, he is wasting a lot of time, and it looks like they're grouping up in the mid lane for it. Party Bob is there, and here comes Quaxe as well.
Bebe doesn't have the shockwave. It's only a couple of seconds away from cooldown, and he finally gets it. And without the knowledge of the cooldown on that ulti, they couldn't overextend on that tower dive. That was the only reason Seba survived.
I don't know, to be honest, he felt pretty safe there. Like, he looked pretty safe. Even without shockwave, he was almost on full HP. Quaxe did take a lot of damage from the turret. I don't think there was too much threat of a dive there, in all honesty.
Tristana is able to finish the Infinity Edge. Will allow some crits to flow in, while on the other side, Chaos Piraten is going to finish that Essence Reaver. So both AD carries getting the first item of Power Spike. Quaxe finds a pink ward, pink for pink, while Tristana realizes, okay, you guys are there, so I'm just going to put a charge on top of your mind, Lush. Give you something to think about it. And on the vision side, if you press F1, GGS are trying to control the top side, while eXire-eSports are doing the same thing, but really well successful. They have 5 wards on the enemy side.
Yeah, they have really good control. They have almost total vision control in the river, and they do have a fair bit of deep wards in the top side. So they can probably catch out Matera when they see him pushing without any cover whatsoever. Well, in the bot lane,
Well, they did the
Rapid might
same
be
to
dead.
Fiora, so now they want the payback. Okay, you go up, but when
And you go down.
Yep.
and
Gravity.
more money over to Ahuilia, which is not what eXire wants to happen. He is shown to be quite the competent AD carry.
They do extend the vision on eXire-eSports on the Dragon side. The Dragon will respawn in 1 minute, and they already have that control at least for 3 minutes. So they will have 1 minute and 30 seconds to explore that vision once the Dragon respawns from wherever he comes from. I don't even know. But the Dragon is going in. One thing I'm always wondering is why. You as a Dragon go to that Dragon pit. At the first, okay, at first, you go in, it seems like a nice pit in the middle of the river. Okay, it's something quite comfortable to just rest. But if all your brethren are getting killed on that pit, why are you standing on that pit?
Well, because you are 8% stronger. You have to remember that. You take 8% less damage. Like, every next Dragon brother takes 8% less damage. At some point, you will become unkillable.
Until
Like,
then, let's sacrifice the entire family.
Until then, yeah, you have to go through the bloodline, but
My
hey,
gosh.
you'll get the pentakill.
We need to send him more, guys! Send our son, send John! John, do it! I don't know, I'm just wondering. League questions. Meanwhile, the both teams are just cruising along on the Summoner's Rift, trying to deny vision as that 8% dragon stronger than before is approaching the rift. 7 seconds, Rek'Sai screams and shows everybody that the timer is on, and he's going to respond right about now. There he is.
They're all moving the dragon.
I
No,
realize
not
this-
not wasting a second. You
Poor
want to get that
John.
6%, and they're just going to trade the turret for it, which
It's
is
for dragon.
which is okay for GGSU. They just get the global gold.
I mean, John had so much on his life, and he had to be killed for the bloodline. Hey,
Yep.
Mercy's in trouble, but Deedmore is able to get him. Mercy is able to flash that cocoon without any trouble whatsoever. Meanwhile, Party Bomb is going to get hooked. He's going to get the death charge. He's going to survive nonetheless. And that's the grand challenge coming in, but I don't think Piotr is able to finish that challenge. Was comes in with the shockwave, allowing Sabbath to just deal a lot of damage. Piotr 1v1s that Olaf in the wild group is keeping Mirza alive, giving Matara enough time to just come in and try to clean this up, but he's not able to clean what is an ace for eXire-eSports.
That was such a scattered fight. Fiora running to the side, killing the Olaf. It was just everything everywhere. That's the best way to describe it.
Analyze.
Analyzed. Everything was everywhere. People died. Damage was done.
And the turret was taken.
And the turret was taken, yeah. And,
And
now
the
they
Rift
can
Herald is
actually.
going to die.
Yeah, they're probably going to take the Rift Herald. That's free as hell. Meanwhile, Olaf is just running towards the top lane. There's a giant wave up there, and because they won the team fight, he can respond without any worry. There seems to be a slow push starting in the bottom lane. Yeah, I think the wave is building up.
Who takes it?
This is going to start pushing towards GGSU.
Oh, 4 seconds? You took the buff, but you won't survive to use it. Sebe is locked down on the Baron pit. Piraton gets stopped. Meanwhile, the recall is going to get the critical strike from Mahulia. And now
Resets,
they're just
baby,
getting
resets.
away with the tails between their legs. And how can you deal with this scenario? When you get everything nice, you get an ace, you get the Rift Herald, and you lose it.
I want to see Kahuilia jump more. Like, get more resets, jump more into the entire team, get more kills. It's the most fun thing about playing Tristana, just like spamming that rocket jump.
Oh, I thought it was the unstoppable range attacking from really afar with the dragon while he squeezed the dragon just to get the fire in. I thought that was, yeah. One thing we are noticing about eXire-eSports is the fact that they take the lead, they get a really good early game, but they don't know what to do with it. They get the proper vision control, but they don't know what to do with it. So they have the basics, but they don't know how to follow it up. Is this a thing that the team is not experienced to deal with it? Or is it just GGS able to just withstand everything they throw at him?
Yeah, actually looking now, Aurelia has more than a solution. It has a lot of money in the bank. So the Tristana is going to start doing, well, more damage than she was already, which was a considerable amount. Especially with that red buff now on her. And it's just going to get worse from here. Like, Tristana doesn't stop scaling. She just becomes stronger and stronger until she reaches 6 items and shreds anything you throw at her. That doesn't insta-kill her, of course. On the other side, you do have a Lucian who is so good right now in the mid game. This is where the Lucian can shine. Like, he has the rapid fire cannon, the lucidity boots, and the essence reaver. He's at 40% CDR, 50% crit, and a more than decent amount of damage. This is where he needs to shine.
I'm getting a message from a mod to make me go Korean style casting on an next team fight, which is a request from the mods. I'm getting mixed feelings about this. I guess I'm getting trolled in the middle of the game. I don't know. The chat
We always get trolled.
yeah.
I
The
heard.
chat will
It's
decide
on
if I go
fate.
Korean. It's up to you, Chef. It's up to you. Waz gets the hook, but gets the damage nonetheless. It gets imploded by Ahulia. There's no way he was counting in for that damage. He's so squishy though. He's Nautilus, but he has nothing to protect himself. Oh, he has the Eye of the Equinox. That's nothing.
Yeah, and Cat was a protector, but they have a Tristana, so it doesn't matter all that much.
I'm not doing the Korean cast without the chat approving the Korean cast. Only when the chat approves the Korean cast will I do it.
Chat, please, no.
This is
don't
not
make
Korean
me suffer
cast.
this fate. Oh.
You guys have seen nothing. That was not even a Korean cast. That was a normal cast. That was just someone getting out of position. Only if you ask me to do the Korean cast will I do it.
Well, like,
yeah,
casting the Korean style does actually show that you know the names of the abilities, which is pretty nice. Like knowing all the abilities, and shows that you know how to shout for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So it shows some skills, though it is not my preferred style of casting for
The chat
my.
approved.
No,
Yeah.
no. God, no.
I was hoping the chat would save me. But okay,
No.
the next big team fight, not just a random cut-up position. Next big team fight, I will do the Korean cast. Okay, guys. It has
Well,
to be
speaking
a
of
big team
people
fight.
getting caught out,
Okay,
first,
I
that might
guess it's
be trouble.
happening. We still have some time though. Oh, Juaxi was caught out of position. Here comes the shockwave. He has it ready. Explosive charge. Did more. There's nothing to do with it. Calling! Oh, no! Once again, another one. Shockwave is available. Oh, today, very come on, Luciano! Oh, shockwave! Shockwave! Shut it down! Isso! Never delivered.
Pretty sure that's racist to some degree. Like,
I
that-
delivered. I just have to.
You delivered. You delivered. Well, well done, but I don't know. Not too sure about that one. And while we discuss that Korean style casting, they're just going to pick up a free banner. Like that.
What?
That was a pretty clean ace.
Oh my gosh. Mercer could do the penta! Mercer could get the penta! Oh
Mercer,
my gosh, they get the
the
penta!
god, it's
Mercer,
in
do
him.
it! Do it! Be the last! Oh.
He got wrecked. He
Hello,
didn't pick up a
darkness,
single
my
kill.
old
He got
friend.
wrecked. Poor Mercer. So close. I understand. I understand him. Like I have those plays where I'm like, I can see the play, and then I just eat the cocoon, and I'm like, ah, man.
It's impossible. Every CC landing just as the other was finishing. It's impossible to get the grip on this down. You're pressing the key, but nothing is happening. Just like Party Bob. He's getting a party behind his back. But he doesn't want that party. He's like, no, dude, I didn't invite you to the party. And Needmore gets one. He's looking for Ahulia and is able to flash away with his pet dragon. And they get the dragon nonetheless. And eXire, this is a ping pong game again. They get the lead, they give the lead back. Juaxi now trying to fight that Needmore. The shockwave pulls Batara back. And here comes Waze. But the sustain from the Grand Challenge is enough to keep them alive. As Pior is able to launch back afterwards. Oh, Ahulia got hooked in the middle of the jump. He was like, nope, I'm out of here. And Waz is able to bring him back.
Yep, another ping game. We are here for 5 minutes to dream. And at least almost stopping Matera's recall. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, this is just going to be a free turret. They have Baron buff. The minions are just going to shred through this. Actually, but engaged.
Jeffen out of position, takes a lot of a beating, goes up with the repel, comes back for Party Ball. Party Ball tries to get the Shine in. He's not able to get Jeffen as Pyrotan needs to remove Juaxi out of Elite's face and he's not able to do so at the proper time. Trade 2 for 2 at the end of this fight. And this is a 14-19, 47,000 gold for 43,000. eXire-eSports again with the lead.
Yeah, and this is a lot of gold onto the Lucian. Like, when he returns, he'll have Infinity Edge. It's gonna be pretty nice for him. Almost gets hit by the binding. Yeah, meanwhile, Hawili is just splitting the top lane. He needs to get more levels and more gold. But experience is so important for him for that passive. He wants more range so he can stay safe. This is a pretty strong engage comp with the Nautilus, the Olaf, the Orianna, and the Elise. Like, a lot of speed ups and a lot of run at you. Oh, Party Bob. Just
All planned.
all planned. Doesn't care too much about that one.
Well, it gets an ultimate out of Was. It's not the shortest cooldown on the Rift. It's a 105 if I'm 110 if I'm not mistaken. Does he have cooldown? Oh yeah, yes he does. So it's 104. Okay, 104 seconds cooldown on that ulti. He's going back. Let's see if he gets tanky this time around. He gets the Righteous Glory again. So Was played 2 times with Nautilus, and those 2 times he brought Righteous Glory.
Well,
So he really
Righteous
likes
Glory
engage.
isn't used all that much anymore. However, I still think it is a good item. Like, it still gives a lot of engage potential, and this is exactly what this team needs. More speed ups. Like, giving Olaf a Righteous Glory boost. He has Deadman's Plate, his ult, and Swifties, and a Phage. He's just going to, like, I don't know, go into supersonic speeds. Like, it's gonna be a question of whether it's Olaf or Rammus.
Oh. Trying to lock down Ahulia. He does have the Dread line available. If he decides to jump, he just pulls the trigger way too soon, way too early. And Ahulia finally gets himself that kill he was looking for so long. Pyrotton gets exhausted, gets rooted, gets everything on his face. He is the Fed member, but he's not able to kill Party Bob, who survives with a single-digit HP.
Those jukes by Hahuilia were just so good. Like, moving back and forth to try and bait out the hook. Manages to escape from that one. Really well played. Like, props to him.
eXire are locking in the items that they need to in order to finish this game. They are now recovering the lead that they lost previously. They have Dead Man's Plate and Static Scourge on the top side, while they have a Phage and the Glacial Shroud on Olaf. What does he want to? Does he want that 40% cooldown reduction with Iceborne, or is he going for anything else? In the jungle, Elise is going poorly tanky this time. Shepard is not looking for the Rileys or anything whatsoever. He just wants to be more tanky. And in the mid lane, Orianna was able to get those 2 items that she needs. Those core items, which are Rotophages and Athene's and Holy Grail. There will be no lack of mana through the entire game, even if the team fight lasts like 1 minute. We have seen this team fight. In the previous game, we got like 2 of them where they started on one side of the map and ended on the other side inhibitor. So you will never lack that mana on any team fight. So that's a sustainable DPS coming in for eXire. What will they do? They have the items. Can they close it in?
Yeah, Fiora is near the bottom side river. She could collapse on the mid lane if Lucian and Orianna decide to overstay their welcome. There is 50 seconds on the dragon, however that is somewhat of a long ways away. Like, 40 seconds is a lot of time to position yourself, get wards down and everything. And actually we see Elise King. This could be the chance for GGSU to set up vision near the dragon and ensure that the third dragon goes to them, which would be perfect for them. More move speed to escape the run at you comp. And it actually doesn't look like they're gonna. They're actually backing. Roxy's backing. They're not. Doesn't look like. No, he's stopping the backing. Sorry, I'm getting trolled over here.
We always do.
We always do. So yeah, here comes the dragon, and Roxy and Party Bob are there, but that's not nearly enough to stop the 5 members. Well, 4 members now. Of eXire, it's just not enough. And there's nothing of the dragon yet.
So that's the big next objective. 2 dragons flowing in for
Matara
GGS.
TPing in.
Is he looking for the flank? Mirza is also there as well. Sebi got off position, is forced to flash away while Draxi is on the front line trying to push them back. Shockwave only connects with the support, and GGS could be looking for the fight. Mirza is there to support the rest of the team as Shepard is taking down the support. And on the other side of the wall is Ahulia just auto-attacking non-stop. Double kill though flows in from Pyroton, who was able to chunk them down. And Ahulia finds himself with a teeny bites his spider as she flashes in, and the blue buff tries to kill Shepard. But the command protect is able to sustain her. And my gosh, even the blue buff wanted to kill the
And the
Elise.
spider goes to the Elise. The blue buff goes to the Elise with the spider she left. Actually, that was suboptimal near
Unfortunate.
the end. Yeah, it was unfortunate. My bad. Also, it was Mirza's TP, not Matera's. I'm just so used to the top laners being the ones TPing. Olaf might be in a bit of trouble here. Here comes Julia.
Yeah, no ultimate available, but the slow is slowing down as the command protect stops the Glitterlands kill. And now it's time for eXire-eSports to take the finishing blow out of Mirza. The colleague is on the back, but he's able to sustain himself with those shields. Ahulia is now out of position. Rocket chips away in the Poo Dragon. He's going to just look at Tristana as she just crawls on the ground. Poo Dragon. This could be the Baron play if they get the whole of the vision.
Yeah,
More FTP.
speaking of the dragon, Hwax is just soloing the dragon in the bot lane. He is that full tank eXire, so it's going down rather slowly, but there's
that's a
nobody
good
to
thing
contest it.
for eXire.
That is a really good thing for eXire
Dragon.
because they're going for the Baron.
And there's no smite available for eXire, so they can't contest this one. TP from Dinmore is there. They finally realize, okay, the Baron is available, there's no smite available from GGS, and we take the Baron, we can finally do something with this.
And now this is going to be another tough one for GSU. It's at 30 minutes, so last game at this point they were actually down by 10k. Now they're down by 5k, which is...
Oh my gosh, Barty Bob gets killed by Lucian. Every single bullet in the chamber on Morgana. Now that's a party Bob. Well, Tristan is trying to defend that turret, but nothing remains from that. Only shards and rocks scattered around the ground, like the lead GGSU had once.
That's such a nice sculling. I love seeing such good Lucian plays.
One trick pony Lucian.
feels really good, man.
He gets everything out of this game. He gets 14 kills, but still he can't get his wife back. Unlucky Lucian.
Come on, man, why you gotta go there? Come on, man, that
left on the
cool.
background.
That name.
I'm secretly Thresh, by the way.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. Aha.
Dirty fresh, mate.
Actually, I'm not. But yeah. So, Frozen Heart for Dinmore. That's what he wanted. Some physical damage will be nullified and slowing down Fiora and Tristana power. Still, he has that Phage. He wants the Black Cleaver, I suppose, to get the 40% cooldown reduction. But Fiora will be able to 1v1 him. Although she doesn't have any lifesteal. Matar wasn't able to build any lifesteal.
Yeah, actually, looking at the AD carries right now, the defensive items they have chosen, Lucian has taken the Quicksilver Sash, the cleanse any sort of CC that manages to fall onto him. Well, actually, any debuff. I say CC, but he can also cleanse Matera's ult. On the other side, Tristana picked up a Phantom Dancer. With the decrease in gold cost, Phantom Dancer right now is pretty good, actually.
Every culling dealing so much damage. Ahulia gets half HP
Shredded.
reduction from 2
Shredded.
shots. Gosh. Oh, he gets the snipe with the rapid fire cannon extended long range. Party Bob is forced to go back. Mercer gets hooked. The ignite is ticking. He needs to shield himself to get out of that position. That's the Zeke's Arbinger kicking in for Lucian. 100% critical strike flowing in, shooting them down. Dark Binding finds was, but that's nothing
pushing for the
compared
end, though.
to the rest of the team taking down the Nexus turrets. This could be the 2-0. This could be GGS in trouble. This could be eXire coming in as the rookies and taking down the Achievers. The guys who were able to take the previous tournament. Nuller did more. He's able to take yet another one with another ace. 4 aces in the game. 2 victories for eXire-eSports. And the rookies take down the experts.
This was a pretty good game. I'm really excited to see more of this eXire team. To be honest, beating GGSU in such a convincing manner in Game 2. Game 1 was really shaky. Game 2 looks really solid.
All over the map they were able to take, even though they had some sort of a ping pong moment where they gave the lead back, they were able to retain the lead afterwards with a good play, with a good team fight, with the Korean team fight, by the way. I'm still ashamed, but the Korean team fight were able to get that lead and destroy GGSU on the second game, getting themselves the first victory of the tournament. So for this game, it's everything, unless you want to talk about this game for it.
I'm just looking at the damage graph at the end. Most damage in the entire game is Lucian, 44.6k.
That's twice what
which
the
is
opposing
twice
team had.
which is twice as much as Tristana, who is the second most damage in the entire game, not just on the enemy team. It's just Lucian boys. Lucian boys.
So with this in mind, eXire-eSports coming in as the rookies and take down the champions holders, and they advanced with 2 points on the league, 3 points on the league. Meanwhile, we are going to make a quick break while we are waiting for the next duo castings, which will contain Void nonetheless, so you are just going to have to stick around. And for your viewers, also stick around and see the next game. It's going to be wonderful and glorious in all its majesty.
At the edge of the hellfire, it's the end of an empire. In the line of the gunfire, it's the end of an empire. Again, again. It's the end of an empire. A start, an end, a rise and fall. No system eternal and no one immortal. Creation all is dead in destruction. We cannot change the fate of civilization. Start, rebel, symbols of power. Rise, fall, constructs of a mortal mind. Life span, conquer in the greatest hour. War, but then we all fall in time. Through space and time, we can't escape this paradigm.
Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to Game 2 now, or Match 2 I should say, of the Vespyr Premier League Spring Split. We're just getting into Champ Select now, and this game will be between Ground 6 and the Deadly Kings.
And it is our second match of the day and of the season. We're stated to the picks and bans. The first ban is going to be Lulu, which is somewhat understandable, a flex pick and an extremely strong one at that.
Yeah, certainly a ban I think we have been seeing plenty of in competitive, and we'll be seeing plenty more of for a long time to come. Gangplank, another one, banned very, very frequently.
Yeah, Gangplank is so strong in team fights. If he gets good barrel placement, he gets so much damage onto the back line and the front line as well. So really dangerous in the hands of an extremely good top laner or mid laner. We have seen some Gangplanks moving to the mid in the LCK and the LPL.
Yeah, and even in the LCS, I believe Nuke Duck had I think it was Nuke Duck had a pretty good game on Gangplank. But either way, now the next ban is the Fiora. These bans are kind of pretty standard OPs sort of bans that you might always expect, but they are certainly putting some thought into them, taking a long time with each ban. Poppy, again, a very common ban as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're all that directed. They're more general bans than they actually sat down, studied the solo queue matches and realized what these guys like to play. So they're just going to feel out their opponents for the first match, just banning away things they don't want to play against, like the Lulu, the Fiora, the Gangplank, and the Poppy. Things that just annoy you and make you have a bad day.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You know, especially seeing as these teams probably not all that familiar with each other. They haven't seen too much of each other, and it'll be probably their first time playing each other, so they're gonna, as you said, feel each other out the first game, and then the second game we might see some more targeted bans depending on performances in this first game. Elise, the final ban there from ground 6 on the blue side, an early game jungler, and another early game jungler banned out on the red side by the Deadly Kings.
Yeah, Lee Sin is a jungler I have not seen being all that popular in the last few patches. The thing with Lee Sin is he will always be just strong. In some points, like the beginning of the warrior meta, he was overpowered as hell, but he will always be at some medium levels of strength at the very least.
Yeah, and you know, there are a few champions in the game like that. You got Thrashes, Orianas, and you always see them in and around the competitive scene. So you might even see a couple of those picked up, seeing as they haven't been banned. However, we have seen 3 picks come through straight away. The Ezreal on the side of ground 6, and Corki, and I saw Kake very, very quickly going for that Nidalee. Certainly a favoured pick by the look of things here for him on the Deadly Kings.
Yeah, Corki and Ezreal really like the standard power picks right now. Just so strong in the current meta, them up as fast as you can. And we see a quick double lock-in on the other side for ground 6 of Rek'Sai and Fresh, actually.
Yeah, and there is the Thresh, like I was saying, the ever-present sort of support that, you know, doesn't really ever go away. It brings a lot of utility. Rek'Sai also bringing that knock-up and some good mixture of tankiness and damage. Well, again, another sort of more early game focused jungler. So we're seeing that type of jungler particularly prioritized by both of these teams in both picks and bans now.
Yeah, we see a cover of the Gnar. Haven't seen a Gnar also in a long while. Also, always a good top laner. Fine mixture of tankiness and damage because of that percent health with the hyper. And of course, the Mega Gnar for Molt can be a game changer. We also see Alistar. Alistar in the last patch has been nerfed. The mana cost on his E has been increased, and the heal has been... no, I think the cooldown has been increased as well. However, they have sort of changed the way his Headbutt Pulverize combo works, so that it can't be buffered. You press W, press Q, and when Alistar arrives, he will just pulverize someone, which makes it a whole lot easier, and hopefully we won't see any more fail combos, because now it's too simple. If somebody fails it, I'm just gonna be like, come on!
I quite like the good old fail combo every now and again. Like, you got that team has got the fail combo, you got the Nidalee failing to jump the wall, you know. Anyway, we are seeing a Jhin hover, which is interesting. However, unlike the UV pick, goes away from the Jhin as soon as I mention it, especially seeing as the Ezreal's already been locked in. A Quinn being hovered. Now, that will probably be going up to the top lane for Fengdair, and that is locked in, as well as the Victor for Mate Asher in the middle lane.
Yeah, now we're waiting for the last pick could either be the mid laner or the AD carry, because of course Corki is a flex pick, as we have seen in the last match. Quite a good one, actually.
Yeah, Corki certainly brings a lot of damage to whichever lane he comes into, and it looks like he will be in the middle lane here for Rakoanos, and as Tonch is hovering this Lucian, that'll be for Suction, of course, if it gets locked in, which it looks like it might be. So we're seeing a pretty decent sort of poke composition coming out from the Deadly Kings on the red side, and the Lucian is locked in to round it out.
Yeah, Lucian, like we saw in the last game, Lucian is also an extremely potent AD carry, and this looks like a pretty nice team comp. Like, they have tankiness from the Gnar, and they have just so much damage with Nidalee, Corki, and Lucian.
Yeah,
so a triple threat comp.
Yeah, a triple threat comp, even if, I mean, we're probably going to be seeing a more tanky sort of Gnar, given that there's such high damage, squishy targets in the jungle, mid lane, and bot lane. But Gnar can also be a bit of a threat himself if he builds a little bit of damage, you know, with the Black Cleaver or the sort of Juggernaut sort of items. But on the other side, we're seeing another triple threat comp, but one of the threats coming out of the top lane, and Fengdair looks like he's going to hang on to the Ignite in the top lane as well on that Quinn.
Well, he's looking to be the standard Quinn bully, just... I mean, Quinn is so strong right now in a solo lane scenario because of that ult. That ult gives so much mobility to her, and you can really abuse an early lead. You are extremely powerful, so you're just like, let's say, level 2 kill the opponent laner, get that first blood money, back, get some items, go back into lane, kill him again, then use your ult to roam around. You can put down deep vision in the topside jungle, or you can have a friendly roam to the mid lane. And, well, killing Corki won't be all that easy because he does have that Valkyrie. However, if he uses it offensively, then yeah, I'm pretty sure that Rek'Sai and Quinn could cause some trouble there.
Yeah, and it's interesting we're seeing them not going with any TP for that team comp. We got heal on Asher in the middle lane on that Victor and Ignite in the top lane. However, we have the sort of global ultimate from Rek'Sai, which provides some kind of almost teleport-like thing there for Jungle Prodigy, and also the fact that Quinn's ultimate is so strong for bringing mobility and bringing roaming around the map at such a quick pace. They might find themselves in a spot where they can't really be punished quite so much for that lack of TP.
Yeah, I don't know, it's somewhat weird, looking at a team, a, so to speak, ranked 5's team, not your typical solo queue bunch, that doesn't run at least one TP. Even with the TP nerfs that were at the beginning of this season, it still feels like TP is so valuable. And now we have both mid laners going flash heal to try and survive the lane a little bit better. Both have decent amounts of burst. I would argue that Corki has a little bit more in the early game because Victor is sort of made to scale. In the top lane we see Quinn with Ignite, just wants to go on the offensive. We haven't seen Ignite all that much in the top lane because it's been more about creating pressure than just like ruffle stomping your opponent.
And I think a ruffle stomp is exactly what Fengare is looking to pull off in the top lane against Kedgerus. We'll have to see if Kedgerus is able to withstand all that pressure from Fengare in that top lane, and if he can, they might be seeing, they might be looking forward to a pretty positive game here, the Deadly Kings, with that triple threat poke composition. If they can get the Gnar rolling and tanky, and if they can keep Alistar as tanky as you'd expect him to be, they could provide some really great disengage for that poke comp, and good tankiness to soak up the damage for the squishies as well.
Yeah. Well, we have 20 seconds more on the delay. And then we will see if it will in fact be a ruffle stomp in the top lane between that Gnar and that Quinn. Thankfully for Gnar, he does have a decent auto-attack range, so he doesn't have to get close to the minions to CS. Which means he can stay rather safe, plus the boomerang throw is a rather long-range ability.
Yeah, and on a very low cooldown as well.
Yeah, especially if you pick it up, it's a low cooldown. He does get health back when he goes Mega Gnar and pops back. So, shouldn't be too big of a problem for the Gnar. Definitely not something as bad as taking, like... Who's a good example of some melee top laner that just gets shreked?
Maokai. Actually, he has saplings.
Maokai just has saplings.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have a feeling that you could actually ruffle stomp a Fiora as Quinn in the early game. If you play it out well, bait out the riposte. Like when she tries to Q you, just eat her. And she's like, okay, I'm sad now.
Very sad now indeed. And we're seeing if we're going to have that sad Gnar as well as we are. Loading into the rift. Now the wait will be over in a moment. As we're about to get onto the rift here. So we'll be seeing whether or not in this second game of the Vespyr Premier League, we'll be seeing the Deadly Kings or Ground 6 picking up the victory.
Yeah, actually looking at the Keystone Masteries right now, the only thing that really stands out for me are Quinn's Fervor and Gnar's Thunderlords. We see Fresh going for the Bond of Stone because he wants to have a more passive lane protecting the Ezreal, which is understandable. Fresh's can decide between the Bond of Stone to protect the carry or Thunders to do some extra damage on hot lane. But definitely those top lane Keystones are somewhat weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Fervor battle sort of makes sense on the Quinn. It's becoming the very standard carry pickup, and that is an AD carry in the top lane we're seeing.
Yeah, but you do take Fervor for DPS, you take Thunderlords for burst, and I have a feeling like this Quinn will, with Ignite especially, just feels like she wants to burst the living hell out of you.
Yeah, that is true as well, but if you're taking Thunderlords for burst, I mean, I'm not sure the Gnar Thunderlords makes all that much sense.
Yeah, that's weird as hell. Like, maybe he wants some more quote-unquote effective trading, however, Grasp of the Undying just sounds so much better.
Yeah, I personally would much prefer the grass one dying up there in the top lane, but it's up to Keteris. It's his choice, and we'll see if he's able to utilize it well. An interesting level 1 here from Ground 6 as they